Alright, welcome to my first ever unboxing video for my new receiver, the AVR-X4700H by Denon. It's a 9.2 channel amplifier with 11 channel processing, and it has all these features and more. This is mostly what I'm interested in, all this stuff right here. Alright, so as we open it up, a little packing slip. I think that's all that comes from me because mine came directly from Japan. Nice little diagram. Tells you about the apps you can download. I think this is kind of a nice touch. Just congratulations, now it's time to experience quality sound. I'm excited. Here's a manual. Just kidding. I'm actually one of those weirdos who reads manuals. The problem is, a lot of this stuff is actually, as you can see, in Japanese. But that's not to worry, because I have a PDF of the manual anyway. Okay, so inside we've also got, I think this is a little bit easier to see, a remote, and some batteries. Power cable, gonna need that. And ever important calibration microphone. Do not forget this step. Now I've used Yamaha's auto calibration, and I think it did some good stuff, but I still had to kind of tune it afterwards. Theirs is called YPAO, and I had to tune it myself manually afterwards, but as far as the EQs and stuff, I think it did a pretty good job. Wow. Special stand for the microphone. That's interesting. Okay. And here she is. Ooh, pretty heavy. So my unit came in bubble wrap. It was just the box, and it was just all bubble wrapped. So let's see, all the way from Japan. I just think it's fired up. Oh, mama. Oh, that is sweet. I love symmetry and minimalism in my designs of electronics. Obviously, I'm going to take the labels off, but that is pretty nice. And that smell. Oh, I don't know if any of you out there smell your new products when you get them, but I definitely do that with video games. They have a specific smell, and this definitely has a very pleasant smell. It's probably, cancerous as far as I know, but it smells really good. Look at that layout. I like how all the speakers are laid out on the bottom. They're clearly marked. If you were to color coordinate, see, I noticed you got these labels here, which are kind of cool. So if you're a total noob, you can set all that up, have help with that. But that's nice. I see that it's got 3 HDMI outs, 1 8K in. These are all 4K HDCP 2.3 for those nerds. It's all compatible. Bluetooth antenna. It's got a network cable. A lot of receivers these days, I notice, are getting rid of FM antennas, so that's good to see. It's got 2 out triggers, which is going to be good because I'm using external amps. Fire control. I honestly don't even know what this is. See, it's got dedicated phono input for your turntables. Those of you analog people. These are all your pre-outs that I'm going to be using for external amplification. 2 dedicated subwoofer outputs. And the other thing is a lot of amps these days are getting rid of the analog inputs, so that's nice to see as well. Oh, there's two antennas. There's two antennas, yeah. Cool. And you'll also see that this has a EARC, which is better than ARC. Let's just go ahead and compare that to the previous one, since we're here. This one is lighter. I noticed. So, these speaker inputs all clustered together, which is good and bad. And I kind of like the way the Denon is laid out, but we'll see how it is as far as practicality-wise. And I guess we might as well do a front comparison. One thing you will notice is that the Yamaha S cable is attached. It's hardwired. Whereas the Denon is detachable. And I noticed with this new remote, there's quite a difference here. See, it's got a dedicated device settings and then just TV settings. That's interesting. It's got some kind of customizable, sort of like the scenes, I'm guessing. It's got independent zone control here, whereas the Yamaha, it's a physical switch. Still got the numbers on the bottom. Sound mode. Okay, so that's sort of like these, but there's more of them, I suppose. And obviously these seem to function, obviously, as a dual purpose for Blu-rays as well. The buttons, transport buttons, are a lot bigger. That's kind of nice. And obviously this one is backlit, which is cool. Overall, I mean,
so as I mentioned before, it came with these handy stickers, but I didn't need to use those.
Thicker.
It turns out the included microphone stand really
kind of gives you the grip on the bottom.
So I just used a camera tripod.
A little bit more comfortable, but overall, not a huge deal.
The microphone actually has the same size.
I do have this old Denon remote, and they do look pretty similar.
The Wizard was actually very intuitive. It ran me through everything I needed to get started.
One other quick note I just noticed is that,
and actually the entire menu system is pretty well designed. One feature that I really appreciated is that you can have two speaker presets, which for a guy like me who likes to tweak settings a lot, it's really handy to be able to go back and compare your new settings to old settings.
Barely sort of make them out, which is kind of nice. It's very camo, and it goes all.
But at the end of the day, obviously, none of this matters if it doesn't actually sound good, which it sounds fantastic. I wish I could give a demonstration through this video, but you'd have to see it in person. And the Odyssey auto calibration did a wonderful job. It's honestly magical. The ability to have 4 height channels is definitely a game changer. I'm a believer in 3D audio tech. I was impressed by Oro 3D. But then I tried Denon's proprietary upmixer, and that does an even better job, especially with music. Honestly, it's my favorite part of the Denon. As you can see, this setup was a lot of work and cost quite a bit of money, and at the end of the day, totally worth it, no question. When I feel like I can sit inside of my music, there's no doubt in my mind whatsoever. Really, the only thing I don't like about this receiver is that the HDMI CEC control messages don't play well with my setup for some reason. I don't really know who's to blame there, but the Yamaha receiver that I had was able to control all the other devices with the remote, and it would turn everything on and off and switch inputs automatically, which is a bit of a bummer, but I can deal with it for how great it sounds. Anyways, thanks for watching my video. If you have any questions or comments or insults, just leave them down below.